today we are going to be making a little conversation heart bag charm. Now this is going to be a little bigger than the one that I'm going to make with you today, but I will tell you how to make yours a little larger, but I do want to keep this really beginner friendly for us. So to make this little guy, you are going to need some yarn. I am going to use this light pink. Pretty sure it's Big Twist Rip Joann's. You are going to need a crochet hook that goes with your yarn. Mine is a 4.5. You will need a needle. I will need to turn the vacuum off in the background. And then I found that when I embroidered the phrases, it kind of looked like a serial killer or ransom note. So I hired Mariah, and I'll link her right here, to make me felt letters because I am going to be doing a class for this. So I need people to be able to make something a little similar. And the font actually looks really similar to the conversation hearts that you would eat if you are the person that eats those very chalky things. So grab your supplies. Oh, and if you are going to use felt letters, if they're not sticky, I use fabric glue. You could probably also use just standard glue. And because you shouldn't be putting too much stress on the letters, it should be fine. So grab your supplies. I'm going to go turn off that vacuum and let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to grab my yarn and my hook, and let's get a good bit off because I still have that in a skein. So I'm going to make a slip knot, and if you are a beginner, this is an easy way to make a slip knot. I'm going to put my working yarn to the right, my yarn tail to the right, and my working yarn to the left. I'm going to take that tail, bring it under, make a loop. I'm going to stick my fingers in here, hold this with the right hand, and pull that yarn through to make a slip knot. If you need a slower tutorial, I have that for you. I will link it below. Mochi is probably going to interrupt us. Mochi is my cat. So we'll see how this goes. I haven't filmed a tutorial in a while. So once you have a slip knot, you want to make sure it can still move up and down, especially because we are going to be working a lot of stitches into the center chain we're going to make. So we're going to make a chain. So yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Ooh, yarn splitting, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 total. And now the reason why your tension needs to be loose is because we are going to be fitting like a million stitches into this little guy right here. So let's tighten this back up. I'm going to keep my tension nice and loose. I am going to do 3 triple crochets into this right here. So triple crochet is yarning over twice. We're going to insert our hook into that first chain, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 1. And you'll notice this chain actually gave us an extra triple crochet. So that was on purpose. So yarn over once, yarn over twice, insert into the first chain, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, now we need to make one more. Yarn over twice. And just going to, so that's actually going to be, let me show you a finished single heart. So, oh, there goes the letter. So that's actually going to be the top of our heart. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 to give us some space, and we're going to do 3 double crochets into that same original chain. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Sorry, I realized I wasn't saying it out loud. But again, I'm going to keep linking all the beginner tutorials I have just in case you are here and need a little bit of a slower tutorial with those stitches. So yarn over, one more time, insert it, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We are going to chain again. So now we are at the base of the heart. We chain, and just so we can get that point, we're going to do another triple crochet. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. All right, and so now we're just going to mirror that side. So we have half a heart right now. So we're going to do 3 double crochets. And we are going to do a chain. So anytime before we change a type of stitch, we're going to do a chain. So chain, and then 3 triple crochets. So again, because I made a mistake, you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, you pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 2, one more. Oh, let me try that one again. Okay, so now we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to slip stitch into that same chain we've been working in. So I'm going to pull that a little tighter because I'm going to want it to pull and make the indentation for the heart. Okay. So if you want yours to be as large as this, so if you are a little more than a beginner, this is good. This is a good little size for a bag charm. What I did is I went around and I did single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. I repeated that pattern all the way around. When I came down here, I did a double crochet just to give it a little, so you could just play around with it and see what you like. Let me show you some samples I worked on as I've troubleshooted. This was when you increase all around. Okay, so it's going to be a little bumpy. It will work out like whenever you pull it a little tight. This one is probably my favorite larger one where it is the single crochet increase pattern all the way around. And down here, I want to say in the very center, I did half double crochet, double, and half double. And then I kept going. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. So that's not what I'm going over today. I'm just going over this little basic guy. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cut with, I'm actually going to cut a pretty long tail. So let's measure out how long this guy is. He is like 20 inches because I want to be able to chain later. So I need a long tail. But to make sure you fasten off correctly, I'm going to pull the tail that I made. I'm going to pull it through. Let me show you. So this is my working stitch right here. That's where I slip stitch. That's my, would that be a slip knot? I guess it is. Maybe. So then I'm going to take this yarn tail. I'm going to pull it through. Not only does that secure my yarn, but it gives me that little heart indentation right here. So go ahead and I want you to replay what we just did to make a second heart. And then we're going to come together and we're going to sew. and we will be very close to the end at that point. So you need 2 total. So go ahead and go get that one done. All right, you should have 2 now. So what you're gonna do is put the wrong sides together. So these would be the wrong sides, the super bumpy side. You can really determine, like, maybe your wrong side looks better than your right side. It doesn't matter as long as it looks good to you. So I'm gonna put my wrong sides together. And I'm going to save this really long tail. I don't want to use that for sewing, but I'm going to take another one of these and I am going to thread my needle. Sometimes you can take tails from the opposite and you can tie them together just for some security, but I'm okay. I think I'm okay. So I'm going to line them up and I am just going to go through the edge stitches the best that I can, and I'm going to sew them together. So I like to go down and then back up. And if you miss a stitch or like something looks weird, you can also stop and just pull and undo your work right there. Like, you know, this looks a little weird right now. I think I pulled it, but I'm going to trust the process because I think it'll have a nice little edge. So go ahead and sew, and then we will meet back when you're done. If you haven't already, go ahead and weave your ends. So remember to leave the long tail separate. And I am actually going to tie these 2 guys together. Ooh, yeah. So if you do tie those at the top, it does make your heart a little more pronounced. And I'm actually going to weave these 2 together. So if you don't have a tail that's long enough, what you can actually do is make a slip knot with the color of your choice, and you can insert it into one of the top stitches up here. I keep being off-centered. I apologize, guys. And so if you insert it here and you pull that slip knot through, then you can just chain from there, which you may like better. So I am going to go ahead and just insert, let's see, because I can adjust whenever I'm attaching. So I'm going to insert it right here on this guy. And I am just going to chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just going until I feel like it is big enough to be a bag charm. If you want just a straight up keychain and you have those tools, you can also just leave this off. And I lost track. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. $35. That is where I'm going to end. So I'm going to insert it. Actually insert it on the other side of the heart. And I'm going to pull, I'm going to do a slip stitch to pull the tail all the way through to fasten off. And then I will weave that end. So go ahead, make it as long as you want. I had 35, if I remember correctly. This one was probably closer to 40, but it is a bigger charm. This will, this is smaller, so it will fit. All right, so if you can embroider well, or if you want to give it a go, you can do that. You can leave it how it is. I like to do silly little phrases, like I wanted to do ugh on this, or just no, but I want to leave these letters for the people who are taking my class. And so just to show you a visual of what you can do with this. And so this is where I would use my fabric glue. This one I love. It's a little messy right now. I just used it because it has this little thingamabobber. Can I focus it? Yeah, like a needle that goes in the tube, so it stops it from clogging. And I like that this is so small. There we go. I like that it's so small because it can fit on smaller things. So I'll put a link down below where I got this guy. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at my camera trying to put, that's a nightmare. Anyways, I would use this, or any type of glue to put my phrase on here. So we're going to put XO. And there is my bag charm. You could always put like yes on one side and no on the other. You can be as silly as you want to be or as classic as you want to be. But there is our bag charm. I hope you love it. And please leave me a comment if you have questions. And if you like this tutorial, then don't forget to like and subscribe.